All right, guys, to watch this video for Friday, August 24th. Another low volume, boring, slow day. Again, I keep saying it, broken record, but I'm going to say it again. Make sure that you watch your position size. It's thin out there, all right? September's just around the corner. All right, so here's what I'm watching for Friday. Wait. All right, yeah, it's like I can't believe it's Friday already. LEJU, strong volume, closing at its highs, might have a follow-through day tomorrow. OBLN, kind of the same thing, big volume for that stock and closing pretty strong, might have a follow-through day there. Maybe a red to green on either one of those. We'll see how they trade. RWLK, still kind of coiling, not in love with this one. You can see relative volume lately, it's just been dead, but doesn't cost me anything to keep it on a chart, so I will. FEYE, big volume today on, I think, Google, some kind of news with Google. And really big volume, closing well off of its highs, but certainly worth keeping on watch tomorrow for a low-risk intraday setup if we get one. CYTX had a big 2-day volume and then kind of a red day today, but maybe it's just consolidating. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Lazy Boy, LZB, after the gap up, just 2 days straight down. You've got a gap fill. Keep in mind, when I talk about 2 days straight down after a gap up, you can argue that everyone that got involved with Lazy Boy in the last 2 sessions, everyone who got involved long is underwater. So it's not like this is a powerful setup, but at the same time, we're back down into all of this trading now, and so it might give kind of maybe a low-risk bounce play setup tomorrow. But it certainly isn't a setup that I love, but I think it's worth watching. CM, after the big pop, I'm going to switch to 15-minute candles and show you why this is interesting to me. Here's the gap up day and the big pop. The very next day, here's its opening 15-minute candles high right there. Never broke it. Next day, same thing. There's the opening 15-minute candles high, never broke it. And then this one was just straight up, out of the gate. So you could argue, well, it broke the opening 15 minutes high, but it was still kind of running from the open. So if you just change that sentence to the opening 30-minute high, you haven't broken it yet since the gap day, since the gap up day 3 sessions ago, right? So you've had 1, 2, 3 sessions now where we didn't break the opening range high, and technically that's what I like to see when I'm looking for a stock that's strong but consolidating. I would like to see an afternoon break out of some kind of narrow range. So CMCM just goes back on watch. It didn't give any kind of buy signal today. BLPH had this nice pop here, and it's flagging, so I want to watch that one. It might break out of that flag and maybe break through $1, so I'm going to keep our eyes on that one. IGC had the gap up, couple days lower. I think this has found its way into the pot stock euphoria, and it's one of those where people say, hey, here's a penny pot stock that's listed on one of the major exchanges, so certainly worth watching. It did close pretty strong today, so I think it is worth watching. Let's see, speaking of pot stocks, CRON had the nice pop here and pull back, and it's up near this 3-day high, so if the pot stocks continue, that's one to watch. And then lastly, IZEA gapped up. We had it on Bounce Watch today. And this is an example when I say looking for an afternoon break on something I had on Bounce Watch. Right? There's the gap up day. The next day, it actually opened here and did take out its opening high. But then the next day and the next day it didn't. And then today, sideways all day and then breaks. So you might be thinking, so did you get it, Mike? And my answer is no. It was so dead out there. This thing popped even when I wasn't even looking. But if you look as it broke out of the range, just to show you how thin this market is, I would say kind of a range break was probably over 140, which is also a break of the previous day's high, or a penny, that was like a penny higher, 141, something like that. Anyway, look what happened. So it breaks, goes to 150, and in the same candle comes all the way down, probably takes out some stops and then back up. So it just shows you how thin this market is, and you see that a lot right now. So again, I'm not putting a lot of money to work, but looking at it now, you had this pop back here, and then, basically filled the gap. You had kind of a smaller volume pop, but it's put in a higher low now and starting to curve back up. So I think it's worth watching. I'm going to leave it at that. We'll also add some gappers to this list as well. Check down below this video for a couple really nice special offers, and I'm done babbling. We'll see everybody on Friday.